must have had, things that you've seen when you were a uniformed officer in terms of people wanting to keep each other safe, as well.
Like, I really my time in the Gulf Islands has probably made me more of who I am today than any other experience, bar none. Not getting promoted, not running large teams. It was being completely on my own for 2.5 years and having to rely on no one but myself and the community around me. But people now in my role, just think of the liability of putting someone on an island by themselves.
Right.
But although I will say, I'll tell you a funny story. But so I remember filling up. I had a police boat because I not only patrolled Galliano Island, I patrolled 12 smaller islands that all had um, seasonal cottages on them. So I would go out in the police boat. And I was coming back and I was fueling up this big police boat. And this gentleman on this beautiful big ship, with his fancy shoes and his, like it was a beautiful boat. Uh, Not a ship, but like a beautiful boat. And he comes over. He was an older man. We were right on the border of the US. And he comes over and he says to me, "So, dear," because he's an older man. I was like, "Oh, yes, hi." And he says, "How many police officers do you have on this island?" And I said, "Just me." And he was so mad. He put his hands on his hips and he looked at me like he was sneering. And he was like, "You mean to tell me they put a little girl on this island all by herself?"
Right.
And I was just like, "What is wrong with you?" Like, yes. But, meanwhile, I'm thinking, okay, you obviously haven't seen me take care of myself. I can and be lucky that I can take care of myself. But it was that whole it was so out of the realm of his experience that he was floored that
Wow.
you would do that.
Wow.
Yeah.
But clearly you did take care of
Clearly
yourself and you
clearly
took
I
care
did.
of the
And
island.
I took care of my island. I took care of my people.
You sure did. Jeez.
Oh,
That's funny.
I know but it was funny because there was a reporter from the Times Colonist, which was the newspaper in Victoria, and same thing, I'd be at the dock, and he came over to ask a similar question, but he was more of the, "Wow, that's so cool, I didn't even know." So they actually ended up doing a full page paper article on me, in the Times Colonist out of Victoria in, like, 2001, I think,
That's very
and
cool.
they called it The Lone Ranger. That was
That's
the title of it.
awesome.
It was so funny.